Happy Thursday, you guys. How is it going? Oh my goodness, I know that some of y'all can't wait until the weekend is coming. I know the kids, their weekend already started. They're actually out of school from the 7th through the 11th, and they're calling it fall break, but I think Columbus Day is Monday. Not really sure, don't really care. Columbus Day is one of those holidays that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but that's neither here nor there. So, how's everybody doing this week? I know it's been a while since I've came and chatted with you guys, and I did want to come in and say hello to all of my new subscribers, and also I wanted to give a shout out to Miss Janita. She sent me another friend mail. Um, it's hanging up on my board and I don't want to take it down because it's like perfect right where it is, and I'm scared that if I take it down that I'm not going to be able to get it back like it was. But anyways, all of the friend mail that I received, I have it sitting right here on my memo board. So she sent me a Halloween card that she created herself, and it is very nice. I actually like it a lot. I'm not a really big Halloween fan, like not for any reason in particular. It's just, I don't know. When I was younger, we used to do like trick or treat and stuff like that. Um, but then, like somewhere around when I got in high school, it went from trick or treating to skating, and then it went from skating to not celebrating Halloween at all. And uh, that was my parents. Back then they were, the reason why they didn't celebrate Halloween was for religious reasons and whatnot, and all that kind of stuff. So as I gotten older, I just didn't really have the urge to really like get into the Halloween spirit. But I really do like the card. I think it's very creative. You can tell that she took a lot of time putting it together. It's very neat and well put together. And it's real nice. So thank you for that, Miss Janita. I also thank you for the bag of candy. Olivia says thank you. She ate all the candy. I did forget to tell. I didn't forget to tell you that it was her birthday. I know that you had mentioned on Facebook that I didn't tell you that it was her birthday, but I didn't. I don't think I mentioned it to anybody. I don't think I came on. I think people who know me personally probably, knew that it was her birthday, but I don't think that I actually mentioned it here on YouTube. But yes, it was her birthday on Saturday. So my 6-year old is now a 7-year old going on 13, and she had so much fun. She funned herself to sleep, if that makes any sense. Her niece came over here and they spent the weekend together, had a whole lot of sugary stuff, ate a lot of food, did what girls do. So that was pretty fun. We went to a football game on Friday. We went to a high school football game. It was the Tri-City versus Mays. Mays. Poor Tri-Cities. I heard that Mays was a really good team, but when it's almost when it's after halftime and you have 0 to, I think it was 14, and then halftime comes back and then the team that's beating you are making these touchdowns back to back, it's a wrap. Game over. So we ended up leaving. We ended up leaving right around third quarter or so. But it was fun just getting out. That was something that, just to get Olivia out, something to do for her birthday. It was the day before her birthday when we went, but the honey, he likes to celebrate birthdays the day before, the day of, the day after. So since her birthday fell on the weekend, it was perfect. So there was, had some stuff lined up for her. My mom took her and Kennedy to this place called Trampoline World or something like that, where it's or Trampoline Zone or something. It's just a big old place. a building that has all different kinds of trampolines on the inside or whatnot. Um, I think they just opened one. I asked her where it was, and she said it was in Marlboro. She said it was where the Monkey Joe's used to be. So I think that's somewhere off of Terra Boulevard. If you're, from Atlanta and you're familiar with street names, I think it's somewhere off of Terra Boulevard and Upper Riverdale Road, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it's in that same plaza with If I'm thinking of where Monkey Joe's used to be, if I'm thinking of the right one, I think it's in that plaza that has that grocery store. Is it Little Giants, Fresh Giants, something like that? I think it's Little Giants. And then it sits next to a clothing store, and then it's just like a whole shopping plaza, but there's not like a lot of stores to actually purchase anything from. There's a dialysis center there, and there's the flea market. The discount flea market is there. So I don't know, and I know that there was like a supposed to be like a skating thing. I don't know. The story behind that part of the building is so crazy to me. I used to work at a hair salon on Camp Creek, and the owner was always telling us that he was purchasing a spot over there and putting like this big old kids thing and all that. And I want to say that he did it, but it didn't last very long. I think that was him that put that there. It was either him or somebody beat him to it, but it didn't last very long. But anyway, I'm thinking that that's the area that she's talking about. So, anyways, they went there, had a good old time, ate. They pretty much ate a lot this weekend. And I know when Kennedy went home Sunday, I know she slept really, really, really good. Um, so what else is going on? So I'm basically, let's see, we're into I think it's been about 60 days or so since I started selling on eBay. I know the last time I came on here to talk about eBay, I didn't really talk about much. I think I was more so just rambling on about just random eBay stuff. But I do have some updates that I want to give you guys. I told you that I was going to keep you updated on my journey no matter how boring it is. But I did say that I was going to do that. So I'm trying to find my calendar here. This phone, the way the apps are arranged on this phone is totally different from the other phone that I had. But anyway, so today is the 6th, and I started at towards the end of July. Technically, let's just say August the 1st. I listed a few things at the last week of July, but they didn't sell until August. So August, the full month of August, full month of September, and now we're into October. So yeah, it's been about 60 days, if not a little bit over 60 days. So I'm here with an update as to how things been going. Um, uh, how things have been going with that, and just random stuff. How we do it here. We just talk about whatever. So anyway, yeah, so it's been about 60 days or so since I started selling on eBay, and everything so far so good. I always say so far so good because there's always that small window of something going completely wrong, and so far I haven't experienced nothing major. Like I haven't gotten any negative feedbacks. Yay, I'm excited about that. I think I'll curl up in a corner and cry for like 5 minutes if I did. So I'm excited about that. I always check my feedback to see what people are saying, once they receive their products or whatnot. Because I try my best to describe the product to the T in my descriptions. I don't care if there's like a little indiscrepancy that, no matter what it is, even if I think that the person will be okay with it, I will just still list it. So I got a lot of those like items, as described and things like that. Okay, bye bye. Why every time you hear me talking, you come in here? You know not to come in here when I'm doing that. And you need to cover your mouth. Thought you were outside playing. I was trying to come in. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I haven't had any issues, major issues. I haven't had any refunds, knock on wood. Even though I don't offer refunds, I'm thinking about actually changing that. Because I don't want people to think that I'm being a butthole, or think that they're gonna get like this old jacked up product, and then I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be put in that bubble where, oh, she don't offer refunds. Something must be wrong with her products. It's nothing like that. It's just that once I sell something, I just want it to be sold. And I think that's what I was kind of stuck on that in the beginning. I was thinking like, refunds are horrible. But the reality is, um, in a business like this, there's going to be a refund here or there every now and again. And it's not always going to be your fault. It could be something as simple as shirt didn't fit right, or pants were too long, or and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and change it um to where I accept refunds. Hopefully me changing it won't create a whole flock of like a domino effect. Like I feel like I'll be jinxing myself if I do that. But anyways, we're gonna do it because it's really no big deal. It's not like I'm misrepresenting any of the items that I have. I say what it is what it is. You buy it as is in the story. And I think that's another reason why I didn't put why I didn't select the 30-day refund or whatever. Anyways, I know one thing that I have to start doing, which I was kind of on the fence about this in the beginning. I wasn't sure if when listing my clothing items, if I should be measuring or not. And at first, I seemed to have a good flow of making sales with the clothing items that I had without being asked for measurements. As of recently, I've just started getting like messages on eBay about different listings that I have with, asking for measurements. So now I'm going to have to go back, and I think the best thing to do with that is to just go back. I don't even think it's going to take that long. I looked up on how to measure stuff, so I know that sounds crazy, right? But you want to always be sure. And I'm just going to go back and I'm going to measure all of the jeans that I have, because those are the questions that I get are, the inseam, what's the inseam, what's the waist. I had one person question me about a shirt one time, and she wanted to know how long the shirt was. So, I did that, measured it from the collar to the bottom of the shirt. And I sent her that. So it just seems like lately I've been getting a message every now and again about the measurement of clothing. So instead of doing double work, I think that after I go back and list all of the inches, all of the measurements or whatnot, from that point on, whenever I list something else, I'm just going to do the measurements right then, so that I don't have to go and hunt down the item or whatnot and then measure it and then go through all that. Especially if I know that I'm not going to be able to respond to them like right away. Like somebody sent me a message the other day, and it just so happened to be when I wasn't at home and I was gone for a long time, and I couldn't respond to their message until like the next day. And I didn't intend on having them wait that long for an answer. It's just that it completely caught me off guard that they even wanted to know meta. And I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Like, because I saw videos where people are talking about if they should post, measurements inside the description box. Some people say yes, some people say no. I guess it just depends on what you feel like doing at the time that you're listing, because when you're listing stuff, it does take quite a while depending on what all you're listing, how many items you plan on listing, and all that type of stuff. So I don't know, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and once I go back through, because remember I think I shared this with you guys before, that when I started this I kind of threw everything that I had online first, and then I kind of went back and started revising some listings up retaking photos, changing the wording in the title, that type of stuff. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the measurements. Thank God that I don't have a lot to do. Because as of right now, I have under 100 items in my store. I think I have like 81 or something like that. And that's because I had a really good weekend. How many of you guys had a really awesome weekend in sales on eBay? Me. I don't know what was going on. It was like during the week I had sold a couple of things, and then like Saturday came and then my phone was like blowing up, with all of these sales that I was making. And so, you should have seen me going to the post office on Monday with this big old bag, that zebra leopard print bag that I used when my car was broken down and I was catching the bus to go couponing and stuff like that. And I would tell you guys, hey, if you see this bag, then you know I've been couponing. That bag, I loaded it with a whole bunch of stuff to ship out. Felt great. It felt great. It felt great. Let me tell you something. I know that in the beginning you're probably like, is this really gonna work? Because I had that conversation with my dad the other day. He's so crazy. He came over here Saturday and we were outside talking, and he's like, well, hey, I've been trying to find things, different ways to make money online, some extra money, because right now he drives school buses for DeKalb County. If you live here in Atlanta, you've probably heard about this. Last week or the week before, there was a accident with one of the school buses where a car got stuck up under the bus. It was a black car that got stuck under the bus. I don't know exactly how that happened. All I know is that the person driving the bus happened to be my dad, okay? And he called me, all in a panic and everything, and told me that, he had just gotten into an accident. And at first I'm like, accident in a car? And he's like, no, accident with the bus and everything. And he was telling me to turn on the news and all that. I didn't catch it on the news. They showed it, but I missed it. I got distracted. But I already knew about it because he called me like right after it happened. And he was kind of freaking out a little bit, which I can imagine, anybody would if you're driving a bus and then you're trying to turn, and then next thing you know, there's this car that's coming, but it's not slowing down. It's actually speeding up, and it crashes into your bus and gets stuck up under the car. Like, oh my gosh, that is so crazy. But yeah, that was him, you guys. That was my dad. He's okay. He was shaken up, but he's okay. What was the point of me telling you guys that? Oh, right. So, he was trying to figure out, ways to make money and stuff like that. And I was like, well, Dad, why don't you do what I'm doing? I'm reselling. I've titled myself as a reseller, an eBay reseller. And he said, well, what is that? I said, well, hell, it's basically taking new or used items and reselling them for a profit. Because that's really all eBay is. It's just a platform that allows you to place items on there that you want to get rid of, sell, whatever you want to call it, to make a profit off of it. They do charge you a fee for using their platform, but it's not a ridiculous fee. I think that it fits in anyone's budget, and then when you make sales, it's not really going to be that big of a deal anyway. So, he calls himself not being really computer savvy, so of course he wants me to sit down and go through all that with him, but I just don't have the time. I told him, hey, you're gonna have to learn this on your own, buddy, because I have a lot going on my plate. Because along with reselling on eBay, I also am in a training for a company. I think I've shared the name of the company with you guys, but for Arise. And if you're familiar with Arise, then you know that it's basically at-home customer service. You work from your home, and It's an hourly pay, so you don't have to ask, oh, is it legit? Do you really get paid? Is it a real job? Yes, it's a real job. It's just you're at your house. So I've been doing training for that every day since the 19th of September, with the exception on the weekend. So I just really don't have a lot of time to sit down and show him the ins and outs of how eBay works. I feel like that's one of those things where if you don't know, you probably just have to play around on the website. Speaking of playing around on the website, do any of you guys use your applications on the websites? Now, I'm an individual seller, so I don't have like a store or nothing like that, a storefront or anything, but I did notice that I always get not always get, but there's always these different options for applications. And I clicked on it one day when I first started doing this, and it was for the Seller Hub. And I completely got overwhelmed by the Seller Hub, and I did not. I subscribed to it, but then I couldn't figure out exactly how to use it. I guess I think I was thinking that I was going to be able to like keep up with inventory and stuff like that, but I think that works better. I think that application is better for those who probably do wholesale or probably have like 50 of the same type of item or something like that. And since I only have one of each thing, I didn't really I don't know. I could be wrong though. You guys let me know how, if okay, I've got to relist some things. I just had some things where the listing ended just a second ago. But anyway, I don't know. I tried to look up information, look at different people talking about the Seller Hub, but nobody really, I couldn't really find one that was informative. I've seen videos where they mentioned it a couple times. And then, of course, eBay has its own YouTube channel for the Seller Hub. So, I still didn't really get the gist. I think that, from what I gather from it, it seems as if it's more for like wholesale, or if you have I don't know, let me not even sit here and try to make up something. The first thing that came to mind was like, oh, this must be for wholesalers, or this must be for people with multiples of the same item. So I unsubscribed. I let it intimidate me, so I unsubscribed. But anyway, I did notice that there are other applications that appear over time. I know that there's times where I've looked in the applications and I didn't really see anything that will be useful to me, and then there was times that I did. So far, what I found recently are these two applications. One is called SSB Item Showcase, and the other one is called My Store Rewards. The Showcase is basically, from what I gather from it, you can showcase a number of your items, and I guess when people log on to your log on to eBay or whatnot, then they'll show in like, I don't know, I guess they'll show as like featured items or something like that. Because when I logged in the other day, on the very first page before I even clicked on the My eBay button, I saw, when I scrolled down, I saw like a whole bunch of features, and I saw one of my items. Actually, I saw two of my items, and I think it was because I activated this showcase thingamajig. But it's free. It's a free plan. It says it's called SSB Item Showcase for anybody that want to check it out. It's under your applications on your eBay, and it says simply sell better. So it's called the Seller Source Book. So if you see it, I think it's a pretty good tool to get some of your items where the listing is about to end get them kind of so to the forefront of things. You know, I guess eBay has like a featured item list page or something, and once you set up your showcase, then that's where those items are shown. Or that's the way it looked to me anyway when I logged in yesterday. Another application I've been looking at and trying to figure out is, and I haven't actually I caught myself trying to put it to use the other night and just got sleepy. So I said I was going to play around with it again tomorrow or sometime before the end of the weekend. But it's called My Store Rewards. And this one is free as well. And it's basically where it's like shopper rewards. You know, you can offer certain items, I guess, to, or you can offer where if your buyer purchases from you more than one time or so many times, then on that fourth item, then they can get like a 20% discount or whatever. You set your own percentage as far as what you want to do. It's kind of like a cashback program, like, because when I was looking at it last night, it was saying that I can set it to where they can receive 2% cash back after like their fourth purchase or something like that. So I have to keep you guys updated on how that goes, because I'm still learning, trying to learn all this. But since I'm here looking at these apps, I'm on eBay for those that are trying to figure out what it is I'm talking about, because I can't the program that I'm using to film this is a built-in program into the laptop, and there is no screen sharing option. So maybe one day I could do like a Google Hangout or something. If you would like to do a Google Hangout, comment below and let me know. But yeah, so some other applications, since we're talking about applications, let's see. They've got Feedback Pro, which is improved feedback results in more sales. That one is free. They've got a couple of try it frees here. They got a PDF catalog. Create a catalog of your eBay items. Then they've got cross sell. Get it free. It's a certified eBay provider. I don't really know what that would be about. I'm guessing cross-selling your items. They've got a gadget widget for Selling Manager. You can get that one for free. You can try Quality Manager. You could try that one for free. Post blog, as long as you have an eBay account and a blog. Let's see what it says, what the rest of it says. Post blog. It was released April 11th, 2012 under the marketing and merchandising category. And it says, as long as you have an eBay account and a blog, this application will let your active eBay sale listings to be posted on the blog with a few clicks of a mouse and by entering your email and password associated with the blog. You can get this for free. So, sorry guys. So you can get that one for free. And then it gives you the overview. Has a couple of reviews down here. Ooh, bad reviews. Ooh, all bad reviews. We got doesn't work, login does not work, do not waste your time, keep showing a blank page, doesn't work. Okay. Well, let's keep it moving. I wouldn't suggest using that one then. I would try to find one where people are happy with it. So let's go back and see what else they got here. They've got Web Store. You could try that for free. Ship Saver. You can try that for free. What did I say? It says www domain for my store. Get a www.com pointed at your eBay store or items. Free to search. $17.95 per year for a domain. Cancel at any time. So basically, this is a application where if you don't want to use the www.ebay.com/user/ whatever your store name is, or the www.ebay.store/ yada yada yada, if you don't want to use all that, then there's an application um, that allows you to pay for a domain name for your eBay store for $17.95 a year. So instead of using like that long link, to give to people to come shop at your store, you could say, well, hey, come shop my store, www.yourstore.com. So they've got a pretty good rating. They got a 5-star. And you can cancel at any time. So I guess if you when you don't want to use it anymore, then So anyways, just a couple of seller tools that I wanted to share with you guys for those that are new to this eBay lifestyle. As I learn stuff, then I'll share them with you. If I'm wrong, I've said this before, if I'm wrong, then please correct me, because I don't know everything and I would hate to pass on some awful information, just because I didn't know any better or because I was misinformed myself. Yeah. So anyway, so the weirdest thing that happened to me the other day, and I don't know if this happened to anybody else's eBay account, but I had a sale that did not show up under sold. Now, it kind of threw me for a loop because I had just finished watching another update for Craigslist Hunter. He had somebody trying to scam him. I don't know if you guys saw it, but he shipped out a laptop or a computer or something like that. And the person received it and then went back trying to get a refund, saying that they got sandbags instead.
That was good. I drank all of it.
Drunk all of what?
The purple water.
Why'd you do that? So you opened each pack? You opened all the packs?
No, I opened one pack and I put it in the water and I drank it all.
Oh, okay.
That was good.
Cool. Cut the hall light off. Yeah, and this buyer's trying to basically scam him out of money. So when I saw that, of course I instantly was saying to myself, oh Lord, is somebody about to try to scam me? Because I saw that I made a sale. However, when I log into my eBay account, under sold items, there was nothing listed. But then when I go into my PayPal account, there was a payment sent. So, and it said what item it was for. I got the notification as to what item sold, which was the crazy part about it, because I got an email notification saying that an item sold on eBay, how much the buyer paid, yada yada yada. But then when I go on eBay to actually print the label out, it's not there. So it did kind of throw me for a loop. I was a little bit nervous about that because I was like, wow, that is so crazy. So did anybody else have that issue where you made a sale but it did not show up on your eBay? Like, was there a glitch going on that I didn't know about? Please let me know so that I can move on, because it's really got me thinking, like, what just happened here, But I've been checking my feedback and I checked the tracking. They did receive the item. I haven't received any feedback yet, but they received the item. I shipped it priority mail, so they got it pretty quick. They bought, it was like some little girl shirts that I had lotted up. So they purchased it. It was like 6 shirts. So I printed because I couldn't print the shipping label off of eBay because it had no record of the item even selling. I had to go on PayPal and print out the label, and then I had to go back inside of eBay and in the listing because it was still an active listing. That was the other crazy part about it. It sold, but it was still an active listing. Like it didn't move down to the sold listing. So I don't know what was up with that, but I did I ended up printing off the shipping label on PayPal. Just a heads up too, if you've never printed off of PayPal. And I'm only talking to those that are just starting out. I'm not talking to people that's been doing this forever. But I just want to show you guys something. When you're printing out on the eBay website, the printout normally comes with this extra piece at the bottom, and you cut it off. One side has the bottom, it's like a receipt, and then the other side has the actual label. For PayPal, it doesn't do that. For PayPal, when it prints out, you just get your label. There's nothing else on the sheet of paper, just your label. So the label will be up here, and then this bottom part will be completely blank. But if you print it out on eBay, which I prefer, then it comes out like this. And I like when it prints out like this, because then when I go and, like, let's say yesterday when was it yesterday or Monday? Monday, when I went and shipped all those packages, you know, if I've got a bunch of these going on, and then I've got one receipt with everything that was, you know, when they scanned everything in, then I can attach the receipt to the actual shipping label receipt that printed out, and then I can go back and see how much the shipping was paid and what item it was and all that. I prefer it like this because I don't always right when something sells go and update my spreadsheet. Sometimes it takes me a couple days to get to that part, so I like to have, you know, something that I can refer back to, because if I'm printing a PayPal label, here's what ends up happening. I end up printing, let me see if I have an example for you guys. I think I might have thrown it away, but anyways, normally when I print out a label from PayPal, I have to go right back in and print out a receipt, thank you for your payment, you know, so that I can see what the item was that I created the shipping label for, if that makes any sense. Oh wait, does it even have it on here? Wait, I'm so crazy. I'm not even... Oh, well, it has the type of shipping service that you're going to use, but I can still go to the transaction ID and look up what this item, you know, what item this label was paid for. I know it was a book because it said medium mail, but you get what I'm saying. I don't have a specific way on how I keep up with this stuff. I just try to do the best that I can because it's just me. So I'm really thinking about investing in maybe like a QuickBooks or some type of accounting program, because I'm not really accounting. Numbers aren't really my thing unless it's moolah. Okay, sitting here trying to think of the profit margins and all that, I don't want to deal with all that. I'd rather just list the stuff, sell the stuff, get the profit, and then all the paperwork, let somebody else do it. But since I've been having to do it, that's how I keep up with everything. You know what I'm saying? That's my method to my madness. So I know that once I printed out a label, I can stick it in this folder, and then when I go to the post office, I can come right back to this folder, pull out the shipping label that it goes to, staple it together, put it in this folder, and then when I get to updating my spreadsheet, everything is in that folder. So that's how I like to do it. It works for me. It may not work forever, because as sales grow, I may have to figure out another system or another way of doing it all. But for right now, it works. I had a sale yesterday. I sold these hats. I have to ship these off tomorrow. I sold them as a lot. Forget how much I sold them for, but one is purple and one is black. They are practically new. I've had them for so long and my head is big, so they don't fit me. which is crazy because it says one size fits all on the back, but apparently one size don't fit this big old head. But anyway, so yeah, that's sold. So I had to make a shipping run to the Dollar Tree to get some envelopes until I can go ahead and finally put an order in for some poly bags. Because I think that'll save me some money in the long run. But right now, that's what I've been doing. So what else? So I already told you guys about that sale not showing up on eBay. So I had another sale, and the guy, he ordered a book, and he sent me a message right after he paid for the book asking me to ship it to a different P.O. box. And he was saying that the address is for Mississippi, but he wanted me to ship it to a Florida address, which is no problem. But the question that I was kind of curious about was the whole eBay seller protection, whatnot, because I had to physically go in. Okay, we'll get some tissue. No. Go get some downstairs. Close the door. Lord, always need some attention, honey. But anyway, yeah, so I had to physically change the address in order to ship his product to him. Now, my only concern is that, well, up until today, my concern was that, well, is he even going to get the book, or is this like a really bad joke? Because I didn't want it to be where somebody's like, well, hey, ship this book there, and then they hit me with they open a claim saying that they never got the book, and then, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of worried about that, but I checked my feedback right before I started making this video, and they got their book. They said that it was exactly what I described, because it was a used book with a large print. I mean, it was in fairly good condition. There was no pages missing, no extra markings, no water stains, no nothing like that. Because remember, I got those books on a day that it had rain prior. So a lot of the books did have like little water stains or whatnot in them when they were wet. But yeah, so that worked out. So I thought that was pretty strange. I was kind of hesitant to do it because I was like, wow. Because the first thing that came up was if I changed the address, then there was a possibility that I may not be eligible for seller's protection. So I don't know. It all worked itself out though, but it did kind of have me like wondering, like, man, because I know that there are scammers out there. Okay, I've had my share of them doing network marketing and all that other kind of stuff. People trying to get you to leave your business to do a business that is completely not legit. You will see a lot of them. They normally pop up around the holidays where it's like little stuff where it's saying like, well, hey, if you invest $1, then you can make $500 by the end of the week. Yeah, those you might want to do some more research on, because although it may be possible, just research what exactly you have to do to make the $500. You know what I mean? Some things aren't always in black and white. Let's see. So, how many items did I sell in September? Let's pull up my spreadsheet. I think I sold about 20 items, which is not bad. I know some of you guys were like, that's it. 20 to me is better than none. Okay? I would rather sell just 20 items for the month than none at all. Some of these items were relisted and they ended up selling like the very next day. Like that Bengals jersey that I got from the thrift store, I actually relisted that and it sold the very next day. And it was crazy how it sold, because I listed it originally for $9.99, because when I was doing the sold listings research, that's what I kept seeing it being sold as, for $9.99 plus free shipping. So that's what I listed it as. And it didn't sell for the first 30 days. And then I relisted it just the other night and I dropped it down to $6.95, and then I added on like $3. I think the shipping ended up being like $3.02 or something like that. And somebody bought it the next day. Isn't that crazy? So they paid the $6.95 plus the $3.02 shipping. So my profit from that, after cost of goods, after eBay fee, I mean, not eBay fees, after PayPal fees, was like $3.67 or something of that nature. So that was the profit. Now, when I did my spreadsheet, I originally had on there, trying to keep up with the final value fees and all that, because there is a way that you can go into your eBay account and look at what your fees are. The only problem with that for me is because my fees, the time that my fees start, it's the way that they have it started. Now, if they had it where my fee cycle started at the beginning of the month, like the first day of the month, then it will probably be much more easier to keep up with on a spreadsheet. But because it doesn't, it just, trying to keep up with that just throws the whole spreadsheet off. Because my billing cycle is from the 15th of the month through the 16th of the following month. So it's kind of hard to, like, I don't know. And then when you go to your final value fees, they disappear. So you'll see them, but only for so long. Especially when a new month comes, then they're completely gone. And so what I've done is I just said, you know what, I'm gonna take the column out with the final value fees, and whatever it was invoiced for that month, that's what I'm gonna put on the spreadsheet. So for September, from August the 15th through September the 16th, I was already invoiced a bill, and I had to pay $16.09. So then a new billing cycle started on the 16th. I mean the 17th. Well, it had started on the 15th or something like that. But anyway, so that's how I put it on the spreadsheet. I just put it, for that particular time. Because I don't know, I think I was just confusing myself trying to keep up with every single item's final value fee. And then I learned that apparently, I guess when you print your label from eBay, there's a shipping final value fee for that. So I'm like, oh wow, okay, so you add the two together and then you got your final value fee. But I said, it's too much going on to try to keep up with. So I just, at the bottom of my spreadsheet, I just put what I was invoiced for and what I paid, and then I just leave it at that. I haven't made it an expense spreadsheet yet, which is not even going to take that long, because let me show you guys what my expenses look like so far. These are all the receipts. I think there's about 20 receipts here, and only 2 of them are actually from the thrift store, and then all the other ones are from trips to the Dollar Tree to buy envelopes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, there's only 10 receipts. So it's only going to take me a minute or two to create a spreadsheet for expenses, because we haven't had any, we haven't had a lot of expenses. I don't keep up with mileage or anything like that, because everything, like all the stops that I make are like on the way to something. So if I go to the Dollar Tree, it's probably a pit stop on the way to the Kroger, which is right directly across the street. So I don't know. That's how I'm doing it. Oh, that's what I was trying to find for you guys. So how many items did I sell in September? Which is going to bring me to my next topic, setting goals for the month of October. We're already 6 days in. So, I sold, in the month of September, I sold exactly 20 items, which is not bad, So what did I sell? I sold that Ann Taylor shirt. I got feedback from that, by the way, and she said it was abnormally big. I don't really know what she means by that. It's a size 8, but she was pleased with it. A book, a sort of dress, a shirt, another book, and a USB adapter that I had ordered off of Amazon, and it didn't fit my laptop, so I resold it to get my money back. So I basically got my money back. I didn't make any profit off of it, but I got back what I paid for it. Animal print sweaters, a kid's sweater, some boys' jeans, a girl's long sleeve shirt. That was that lot that I was telling you guys about with the weird glitch or whatever that was. That was weird. Um, the Ellen Tracy dark blue denim jacket, I sold that for 20 bucks. The Puma drawstring bag, some more boys jeans, a mixed lot of girls shirts, that air curler that I got from the Dollar Tree, the VTech Happy Bear sweater dresses, some more sweaters, a girl's coat, and another dress, new with tags. So I'm not satisfied, of course, because you want to always strive, you know, for more. But I'm not disappointed. It could be I could be looking at a spreadsheet with 4 or 5 items on it. But I'm looking at a spreadsheet that has 20 items on it. So I'm pretty okay with that. For the month of September, that's almost an item a day. Now, as for October, I've already started the month out pretty strong. I've already sold about 6 items so far. Today's the 6th, so that's like an item a day. Which was my original goal when I first started this, was to at least sell at least 1 item a day. Um, so for October, of course, is the same goal that I had for September, which is to sell more than I did in the prior month. So in September, I have to do all the figures and stuff to see exactly, what was made before the final value fees. I think doing it that way will be a little easier for me. So I have to tally all that up. And then I'll get my number from there. And then whatever number that I got from September, my goal is to double that in October. Is it doable? Anything is doable. Well, anything is possible, and almost anything is doable. I will say this: it's not impossible. Um, Sometimes it is what it is. If you want to, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you gotta wake up and pay attention. You know. No, just kidding. But yeah, you have to challenge yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you have to. This girl, I swear.
Daddy said where the keys at. Can you fix me some tomato soup?
Girl, I tried to offer you tomato soup and you was acting funny about it. And now that I'm up here doing something.
Daddy said no, and I asked him.
Well, why did I don't? The keys are. Hold on, Olivia. Because you just. I can't even sit here in my zone.
Conversation.
Because you keep coming in and it's rude. I don't know where the keys at. The keys are probably. Oh. They're probably downstairs on the couch. Alright. Sorry about that. My daughter, she just loves attention, honey. If you're not showing her attention for 2 minutes, then she makes sure that she's all in your space. But anyway, so yeah, one of my goals for eBay is to double my sales for this month. And in order to do that, I do realize that I'm going to have to go sourcing more. My mom, she brought some stuff over here this past weekend. So I was able to list a couple of things. I listed these shoes. These are practically brand new shoes. And I remember when she bought them, because she probably only wore them once because the occasion that she bought them for, it was a church function, and they had to wear all black, and it was formal. So she bought these shoes. We went to, I think it was Macy's, Yeah, she got these at Macy's, and at the time, I want to say they were like 60, maybe 50, 60 bucks or something like that. But they're really, really cute, barely worn. They've got the um, cork sole is what it's called. Cork sole, man-made. These are Alex Marie. So I listed these yesterday. She brought some other shoes over here too. I listed these, and I've got a bunch of watchers for these shoes. Gosh, that is so funny. I don't know. But anyway, these are called Vince Camuto. I think I'm saying that right. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with this brand, but if you ever see a shoebox, this is what it looks like. This is the shoe. That's the name. This is the box. And this is what the inside of the box looks like. I think that was pretty cute. That's an eye catcher. And then my nose is itching. And these are the shoes. This is the shoe right here. These are practically brand new too. Like my mom, she's one of those people that will buy something, wear it once or twice, and then never wear it again. So aren't those cute? Now it's open-toed in the front, but shoot, it's not freezing outside, so you can throw some pantyhose on or some tights or something like that and keep it moving. So I listed those, and I've got a bunch of watchers on those, so we'll see. I have a feeling that they're going to be selling soon because there's a handful of watchers watching them, and it got like that as soon as I listed those shoes. There's one other pair that was sold just like those online, but instead of it being all black, it was brown and black. So yeah, I've listed some shoes. As far as the books, you know what? My experience with the books is when I first got them, I was thinking that they would be all gone by the time I hit the 60-day mark. That is not the case. Although they've been selling kind of slow. I even have a bunch of them where the listing is actually about to end, and I'm juggling with myself, wondering, should I relist these books or should I just be done with it altogether and maybe do what the honey suggested and just get a bookshelf and just put them all on there, and maybe that will encourage the kids to read more, or what. Because although I don't mind selling them, they just aren't fast sellers. These are just plain regular novels. A lot of them are James Peterson novels. They're just not fast sellers on eBay, and that's just been my experience with that. I just sold 2 books the other day as a lot for $4. I know. You know what? I saw a comment under somebody's video the other day saying that they want to sell books on eBay, but everybody is selling them for so cheap. And you know what? That is so true, because you have to there's so many stores, like bookstores, that are selling books on eBay. You kind of almost have to undercut them, because they'll sell their books for $3.97 with free shipping. And you're thinking to yourself, well, how are you going to profit off of that? And a lot of times you don't make a lot of profit off of these books. Like, there's been a time where I only made like a few cents off of one book after all the fees and all that, But they sell. I don't know. I guess I'm just telling you guys, for those that are thinking about getting into the book game and is wondering, are they fast sellers? Now, I hear all good things with Amazon when it comes to books, but I don't know. Just my personal experience, eBay and selling books, just they're selling, but they're just not selling that as fast as I would like them to sell. I would love to sell them all at one time, But yeah, so I think that what I'm gonna do, because I like the movement that I'm seeing in my eBay store is with the clothes. I seem to have no issues selling the clothes. I have mostly women's clothes. I started out with mostly children's clothes, but a lot of the children's clothes have sold. So the majority of what I have in my shop is women's clothing, and then I have some shoes in there and just random other stuff to kind of diversify the store. But for the most part, the big seller for me is clothing. You know, um, which is cool because that's kind of what I want to do anyways, right? I think everybody who gets into eBay starts with clothes, right? But yeah, so so that's about it with the eBay. I know that I'm gonna have to go sourcing more. I did not go to the thrift store the last Wednesday of last month. I could not make it there with this training. It's just it the first part of my day is gone, okay? And then when I'm done with the training, then that's when my normal day starts. Everybody's coming home from work and all the other kind of stuff. And then I still have homework. So it takes me a while to, I don't know, to kind of juggle it all. So I need to list more. I've kind of slacked off on listing because of the training, because normally while the hours that I'm training for is the hours that I normally am listing. So I've had to just kind of switch things around. One thing I've just started using is Google, the to-do list. I know it sounds crazy because I have a planner right here, but I'm always on the computer. You know what I'm saying? So it's just easy to just pull up, well, what am I supposed to do for this week? And then check mark it off as I go down. Bam, out of the way. Instead of me sitting here trying to remember to even pick up my planner, which I told you guys I wasn't working on anymore, to see what's next, Here's what my planner for this month looks like. Absolutely nothing. Just a to-do list. Because I was serious, you guys. I was serious about that. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I think gotten a long ways, with doing this. And I don't want to give it up, but I just don't have the time for it right now. But anyway, is this my pen that I've been looking for all day? It sure is. I was looking for this pen. This is the pen. This is the other half of the pen that I got from Influencer. And that's another thing. I haven't even finished reviewing everything in that box. I've done the coffees. I did the reviews on that. I still got to do the screenshot on that and then submit it. I haven't used the Tide yet. I've been using the pens. I made the cookies over the weekend, submitted that, and I haven't used the floss yet. So that's where I'm at on the Influencer box. As far as couponing, well, let's just say we're starting over. I have to go through my couponing binder and pretty much clear out all expired coupons. I have to start back buying newspapers because I haven't bought newspapers in a while. I kind of slowed down from couponing, but now it's time to jump back on couponing because we are low on a lot of stuff. So I checked the mailbox today and I did get these inserts. I got these inserts, which I'm happy about because I went to Kroger on Monday to get a newspaper and they didn't even have any. They, the little rack that they have the newspaper sitting on, that wasn't even sitting out. So I don't know what the deal was with that. I know that there was supposed to be, I think, 4 inserts. Not sure. Could be wrong. It's been a minute for me, guys, looking at the deals and everything, but getting back on it. So on a part of my to-do list I have on there before the end of this weekend, I need to clean out my binder, get rid of all expired coupons, cut all of the inserts that I have from the last couple of months and clip them, put them in the binder. I don't know if I'm going to clip every single coupon. I don't know. It just depends because I was doing that before where I was clipping every single coupon, but I wasn't using every single coupon. And then before I knew it, I had this big thick binder. But I think I'm only going to cut out what I'm going to use because it is that time to go grocery shopping again. We have a family of 5, and couponing has helped us a lot. I still use coupons when I go to the grocery store. I haven't filmed any of my recent hauls from the grocery store lately, but every time I've made a trip to the grocery store, I'll use a coupon, with the exception of the other day. I didn't have to. It was already on sale. But yeah, I'm pretty much going to be starting over, getting a regain on the couponing, because like I said, we're in need of stuff now. We're low on toilet paper. We're low on the only toothpaste. We're good on that. But we're low on toilet paper. We're low on paper towels. We don't have any paper towels. What else was it that we need? It was the toilet paper, the paper towel. Oh, excuse me. Laundry detergent. We're getting low. We're down to like 3 bottles of laundry detergent, not counting the one that's being used. So it's time to get back on that. And that's one of the extra fun things of reselling.
My roasted.
Yo.
Yes.
What you doing?
Nothing much. What you doing?
Wondering.
Huh?
Wondering.
Where are you about to go? She came up here and asked for the keys.
What we gonna eat?
What we gonna eat?
I don't know. Livy came up here talking about some tomato soup, but we had that conversation already about tomato soup.
I know.
So I don't know. Y'all want some noodles or something?
No.
No.
I want some food from the restaurant, Daddy. So what we gonna eat is I can tell you, and you can have to pay for it.
I don't know
What?
I don't know if she get that from.
I don't know either. I didn't even understand what she said.
I said,
That's enough.
no,
That's enough.
Uh-oh.
But that's it. What you got going on?
None, doing my YouTube update.
what?
What are you, baby?
I said I'm doing my eBay YouTube update.
You still got the shoes on?
No, I'm sitting by my shoes.
Okay. We're waiting on you.
Yeah, we're waiting on you, Mama. I'm about to come up there.
Don't. Okay. Oh, okay. I was about to go stand in front of the door. But okay, I'll be down there in a second.
I'm chilling. I go to Auntie Candy house for a sleepover.
Did she know you coming?
No, because Daddy won't call her.
Well, you can't. First of all, you should have said that like a week ago. You can't just pop up over nobody's house. You gotta call them in advance.
Sure, Daddy.
Alright.
I'm trying to
Anyway,
yes.
see y'all in a second.
See you, Mom. Bye.
Alright, so that's my family. They ready to eat. they trying to get me to go downstairs. They down there. Oh, it's so funny. They are so funny. My family is so funny, like for real. They get on my nerves, but they are so funny. So yeah, you guys. So let me just give you guys this before I go, as they're hungry. So I have to go, mommy duties. But yeah, so I got this in the mail. Check your mailbox. This is the Kroger couponing book, and these expire in December. I'm quite sure you probably have 2 or 3 of these if they come as often as they do to my mailbox. And then you guys, if you want some freebies, go to Burger King, donate $1 to the BK Scholars, and they will give you this booklet. It is a booklet full of free stuff free snow cone, a free soft serve or a cup, a free frozen drink, free onion rings or french fries, chocolate cookies, and that's pretty much it. So $1 gets you all of that free stuff, and you'll be helping the scholar out. Next thing I want to show you, I just picked this up from the Dollar Tree not too long ago, right before I started making this video. See you later with your rude self. Bye.
Are you coming downstairs?
Yes, I'm coming. Let me do what I'm doing, and then I... Okay.
Hi, folks.
Anyway, so this is real life, y'all. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, go to the Dollar Tree. They have these sitting at the register. Just grab you a few. Let's check out our frozen food section. So basically, you get 50 cents off of 2 Red Baron deep dish mini pizzas or singles. You can get 50 cents off of 2 Tony's frozen pizzas. $1 off of those red bags, the Circle Ranch, the chicken breast nuggets, these things right here. It's a red bag. I'm sure you guys seen them with the meatballs. There's a coupon, $1 off 4 for the fast bite sandwiches, like the chicken sandwich, the hamburger. And there's 50 cents off of any 2 county line cheese. I'm funny about cheese, so I've never tried their cheese from the Dollar Tree. I'm real funny like that. 50 cents off of 2 egg rolls, 50 cents off of 2 of these pretzels, soft pretzels, 50 cents off of 2 of the single serve pies. These cannot be combined with any other coupons, so you cannot stack these with manufacturer coupons. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, Dollar Tree be tripping when it comes to the coupons. So don't even, I'm just telling you, just don't try to stack no coupons with these Dollar Tree coupons, because they're not gonna let you do it. They're just not gonna let you do it. They're not gonna let you do it. Okay, so anyways, that's enough, you guys. I thank you guys for hanging out with me today, this evening, on this lovely Thursday evening. And hopefully you guys out there, I know that there's some bad storms going on out there, so you guys stay safe, try to get prepared as you can, for these storms that are coming, especially if you live in like the Florida areas. It's just really, really bad out there. And then, prayers up to Hades, because let me tell you something. Always be thankful for things that you've got going on, because even if it's something bad, because it's like, someone could have it way worse. And we were talking about that in class today. The instructor, she's actually located in the central part of Florida, and she the whole time she was teaching us, you could tell her nerves were a little bit rattled about these storms that are coming. And I was so happy to hear her say, that even though we've got these storms coming and all this and all that, I'm grateful to have a house and all that. And it could be worse, because Haiti right now is they're pretty messed up. You know what I mean? And that storm was the last thing that they needed right now. But I just pray that everybody is safe over there, and even all you guys too that live in these different states that are having these tropical storms. You guys stay safe. And just always be thankful. Don't take anything for granted. Always be thankful. Alright, so on that note, I will see you guys another time. I'm not gonna say comment, like, and subscribe. I feel like if you really want to do that, then you'll do it on your own. But I do appreciate you guys for your support. Shout out to all of my new subscribers. Double shout out to all of the subscribers that's been following me for months now. Okay, since I've been putting out these videos on a more regular basis instead of just one every few months. But anyways, you guys take care, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.